Good morning, everyone. Welcome back. I'm Steve.
And I'm Scott.
And together we're Backyard Musings, broadcasting live Apple Valley, California.
And we are the Science and Technology Channel.
Yes,
Definitely
sir.
Today.
Yep. The way, place, and reason you exercise may matter more than how much exercise you actually do. Exercise is frequently linked to improved mental health, but a new study from the University of Georgia, go Bulldogs, right, suggests there's more to the story than just physical movement. According to the researchers, the mental health benefits of exercise can depend heavily on the setting, motivation, and social context of the activity.
I can agree with that.
I'm smirking because in the military, we have to do physical exercise.
PT, right?
PT. This research was presented in Medicine and Science in Sports and Exercise on December 19, 2024. Would you like to know more?
This is a quote. Historically, physical activity research is focused on how long someone exercises or how many calories were burned, said Patrick O'Connor, I think he's Irish, co-author of the study and professor in the Mary Frances Early College of Education's Department of Kinesiology. Quote again, this dose of exercise has been the dominant way researchers have tried to understand how physical activity might influence mental health, while often ignoring whether those minutes were spent exercising with a friend or as part of a game, unquote.
Although studies consistently show that recreational forms of exercise, such as running, yoga, or cycling for enjoyment, are linked to better mental health, the researchers I wonder if Tai Chi's in there too. The researchers emphasize that the benefits are not one size fits all. The impact can shift based on factors like who you're with, the location, and your reasons for exercising. So
I'd go with that, right? I mean, I won't say, hey, let's go for a 2-mile run or whatever. But if I'm with my wife or kids or grandkids or whatever, I'll go for a walk, for a couple miles. That's not too bad. Or if I'm fishing, I could walk for a couple miles, but just to go out and run or walk. I mean, I know a lot of people do. Yeah, no, that does.
You got
to
lose weight. You got to do something,
I guess. And I know there's a lot of things going on right now about how many steps you take as to how much weight you want to lose. So that's kind of a big deal.
And I say, if you've got to lose weight, what I mean is in the military, you have to have a certain weight for your height and body mass. And if you don't, you can get flagged so that you don't get positive actions. You can't get awards. You can't get promoted. You might get shipped out of the army if you don't meet height and weight. So some people have to do that in order to maintain the weight.
Yeah, but when you were a kid, though, if they said, hey, run around the track for 6 times versus here's a ball, go out and play with your buddies.
Play with the buddies.
Exactly. You're going to go out and you might run or walk more than you would if you just going on the track. So to explore these influences, the team examined 3 categories of research. These included broad, epidemiological studies. I butchered that one.
Got it.
Analyzing health trends across populations, randomized controlled trials, compared exercise groups to non-exercising ones, and a smaller but expanding group of studies focused on the role of context in shaping mental health outcomes. Okay.
Multiple studies found that people who engage in regular leisure time physical activity tend to report lower levels of depression and anxiety, but it's less clear for other forms of activity like cleaning the house or working for a lawn care company. The context may matter as much as the intensity or amount of physical activity.
All right, so this makes sense. Quote, for example, if a soccer player runs down the field and kicks the game-winning ball, their mental health is fantastic, Connor said. In contrast, if you do the exact same exercise but miss the goal and people are blaming you, you likely feel very different. I get that, but that's what, if you've watched a football or a soccer game, there might be one goal scored in the whole game. So these guys are driven to do that, right? I mean, that's what they do. In contrast, I already said that. Anecdotes such as those show how context matters, even when people are performing a similar exercise dose. So,
I was like 18 years old, Presidio Monterey. Our unit had a basketball team. We're playing against another unit, and it was going back and forth close down to the final, 10, 15 seconds. And I had one for one free throw opportunity because I got fouled, and this would have tied up the game.
Did you really get fouled, or was it a flop?
No, I got fouled.
You got fouled?
No, I didn't
Okay.
flop.
Okay.
No, I got fouled. So I get up to the line and I shoot, and the ball is short, but it hits the net like a swish, but it didn't go in. And the company commander was watching, and she was so upset because we didn't win the game. And I could have put us.
Did you
over.
have Kaibo duty? Did you have to clean the toilets? No.
She was just upset, and I felt it.
This is you.
This is mine? Okay.
Yeah.
Numerous randomized controlled trials also showed that adopting regular exercise routines boosted mental health, especially for individuals with existing mental health disorders. However, these studies were typically based on small, short-term, and homogeneous samples, so the results likely aren't generalizable to larger, more diverse groups.
Quote, the average effects on mental health are small across the randomized controlled studies of exercise, and that's partly because of the studies focused on people who are not depressed or anxious. You do get bigger effects in those studies, added Connor. We're communicating to scientists that larger and longer-term controlled studies are needed to make a compelling case whether exercise does or does not truly impact mental health.
I think it does. I think exercise does improve mental health positively. Where the evidence is thinnest, but potentially most important, is in understanding contextual factors. The same physical activity can feel very different depending on who the activity was done with, as well as where, when, and how.
That makes sense, right?
Mm-hmm.
Unless you're just a total loner. But yeah, context can range from pure dynamics and instructor style to external conditions like weather or time of day. Quote, if you're outside and it's hot and you're having to walk to work, and that's part of the context, he added. Or if you go and take a group exercise class, some instructors you really like and some you don't. So that's also part of the context.
So once I was training up for the Kansas City Marathon, and I was running around a normal track that I went. A lot of people went there. It was a little park, and had sidewalk going around. And I had my shirt off because it's hot, Kansas City. And then rain came in. I wasn't done with my run, So the people scrambled and left. And here I'm alone running in the rain. I'm like, oh, I'm all by myself. This is cool. And it was fun.
No lightning or anything, right? Just rain?
Okay. Yeah, it was fun. It cooled me off a little bit. Okay, quote, if we're trying to help people's mental health with exercise, then not only do we need to think about the dose and the mode, we also need to ask, what is the context, O'Connor said. For example, the takeaway is clear. It's not just movement that matters, it's the meaning. I'm going into the existential thing here. The meaning, the setting, and the experience surrounding the activity determines the impact of exercise on mental health.
Okay.
So let's hear your comments. How do you feel about exercising?
So are we actually science and technology, or are we science, technology, and health?
Well, health is part of science.
Science?
Yeah.
Okay.
Biochemistry stuff?
Yeah.
Biology?
All right. I'll go with it.
That's science.
I'll go with it. I don't want to get excited and ruin my mental chi.
Okay. All right, folks. We'll see you in the afternoon.
Take care, everyone. Thank you.